that quick. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Blue Trail Range channel. I'm Todd, your host. You know what to do in case you have a misfire or a hangfire or anything like a squib or anything. So I pulled it straight down from our PowerPoint. So today we are going to talk about misfires, hangfires, and squibloads. And I'm going to describe them each individually so we're all on the same page. So a misfire is a failure of a cartridge to ignite when the primer or the case rim has been struck by the firing pin. Causes could be defect with the cartridge, which is more than likely, or a defect with your gun, whether it be other rifle, pistol, and it could be a problem with the firearm itself, but like I said, more than likely it's just going to be the cartridge. So what do? Pretty simple. You stop shooting. Obviously there's a problem. And you're going to wait 30 seconds, and then you're going to safely open the action and check for obstructions. All right? That does not mean look down your barrel. Stress that enough. Don't look down your barrel. Break out a cleaning rod, send the cleaning rod down the muzzle with your action locked open. Cleaning rod comes through, nothing in the way, you're good to go. Obviously, if the cleaning rod gets stuck somewhere inside the bore, there's an obstruction. Pretty simple. And then the hangfire. A hangfire is a perceivable delay in the ignition of a cartridge after the primer or the case rim has been struck by the firing. This delay may last several seconds. When the cartridge fails to shoot immediately, it is not known if it's a misfire or a hangfire because there's a delay. The pistol or any firearm should be kept pointed in a safe direction for 30 seconds before the action is open and you remove the cartridge. But if for some reason this fails to go off, it's contained within the chamber. If it does cook off and then go bang because it's a hangfire, that's good, it's contained. If right after it happens you eject this out and now it's just laying at your feet or on the bench right next to you and it cooks off and then it goes off, it's not contained in the chamber. So what direction do you think it's going to expand? Granted, yes, the projectile is going to come out, but there's a potential for it to expand in every direction all at once because it's not contained. All right, path of least resistance while in the chamber is push the bullet out, down the bore, it go bang. Versus out in the open, it's expanding in every direction. We don't want that. If something goes wrong, you're gonna sit and you're gonna wait your 30 seconds. Obviously, that's what your basic safety course will teach you, and of course, that's what we want you to do while here at the range. But for all the new shooters, you might not know, there's a huge difference between what you do in class for the test, what you do here at, say, a gun range, and what you do at home at 3 o'clock in the morning in your hallway. So how are we gonna induce misfires? It's pretty simple. I am going to load snap caps, which are 9mm, right? This is a live round, that's a snap cap. On the back end, it's just got a little piece of plastic for the firing pin to hit. Now, generally, the best way to train is to have a second person load your magazine blindly to where you don't know where these are, because that's kind of the point. And I'm gonna load this up now. Obviously, I'll know where they are. Stow it in there. All right, Glock is empty. All right, we'll go hot in here in a little bit. First, I have to get my ears on and all that good stuff. All right, and then we'll load it up and we'll induce a failure and we'll go through the drill. All right, I'm back. We got the Glock, which is empty, and a mag, which we would assume that we have 10 rounds in here that are all FMJ. And this is what a failure would look like here at the range. Nothing happened. Now you have to sit here for 30 seconds, all right? All right, that's been 30 seconds. So what do we do? Pretty simple. You're here at the range, you just wait your 30 seconds. There's a really good chance it's not gonna go off, all right? So you slap, rack, that bad round goes away, all right? Obviously here it's wide open, so it's gonna go a lot further than if you were inside the confines of your lane. So it's ejected, it's gone. Now, back to shooting. Oop, there's another failure. All right, and we're gonna wait 30 seconds. All right, slap, rack, finish shooting. All right, it's empty. So, that'd be 2 rounds within 1 mag. So, is it the ammo? Is it the firearm? I don't know. Generally, it's just a one-off that happens. It's rare, but it happens. I've had many, many misfires. I'm sure I'll have many, many more. Things happen. I know for a fact that misfires are a little more notorious when it comes to rimfire versus center fire. All right, but if I kept having misfire after misfire after misfire, either it's a bad batch or there's probably something wrong. All right, especially if there's a pattern, like I shoot 2, misfire, shoot 2, misfire. That's a little too much of a pattern to say, well, it's probably just the ammo. All right, I would probably take my firearm in to be inspected by a gunsmith and have a real good overhaul on it. I'm not a gunsmith, so I'm not gonna start tearing it apart and trying to troubleshoot it. Now, that's what you do at a range, and again, that's what you do for the basic safety class. In real life, there is no waiting the 30 seconds, all right? At 3 o'clock in the morning, if you're in your home and you need to defend yourself, you've already acquired PID, all that good stuff. What are you gonna do? If you pull the trigger and nothing happened, what are you like, wait, bad guy, hold on. Gotta wait 30 seconds, I had a misfire. Potentially, could be a Hangfire. Go ahead and get a yogurt, I'll time it. Really? That's, no. The way I look at it, I have a 50-50 chance at that point. The firearm didn't work, so 50-50 chance. A, whatever it is that I'm trying to make go away is gonna turn tail and run, or it's gonna run straight at me because my firearm didn't work. So, one of the things I always stress people to practice is slap and rack. You want that to be very, very fast. So when it comes down to that minute, that second of your life, when you're drawing or you're aiming and you pull the trigger and nothing happens, you want the slap and the rack down as fast as you can, all right? Glock is empty. We're gonna load up a round. All right, and this is what I always tell people to practice. That quick. All right, and even quicker. I'm going slow for the most part, but you want that down super, super fast. So how do you practice that slap and rack while at the range with live ammo and inducing a failure? It's a good question. So we're gonna load this up. I'm gonna load it up with, let's do 2 rounds. Now, remember at the range, you can't do rapid fire, not here at least. All right, so 1 shot per second is good. So we got that loaded up, our mag, we got 2 rounds, and the Glock itself, empty. All right, all you're gonna do, you're gonna load it, not rack it. And then you're gonna pull the trigger and it's gonna induce the failure because there's nothing there. Slap and rack and you get the next round off. That's a perfect thing to practice here at the bench because when you aim and you shoot, nothing, slap, rack, there you go, and it's empty. It's not a bad drill to practice while here, especially if you want to get that slap and that rack down, because I think everybody should. Now, if you want to practice at home, obviously you're not using live ammo. But what I do is I take snap caps and I'll load a bunch of them up, all right? You don't need snap caps, but I like that when rounds come flying out because that's almost like reality, all right? So always safety first at home, nothing in the mag well, nothing in the chamber. I've got a magazine full of snap caps, all right? I would obviously, normally I'd have Suzanne check everything too, just to be on the same page. All right, so now I've got nothing but snap caps. I have a snap cap chambered. So I'm gonna aim, obviously shut your blinds. You don't want your neighbors looking at you like you're insane. All right, aim, doesn't work. Oh, and I'm out. All right, now when I'm doing it, I slap and I wanna bring it here and I wanna, as I pull it back, all right, I want to see what's going on. That's why I'm turning it right here, all right? Ideally, you're going to want to keep your eye on the target, but I'm doing this and this real quick and then reacquiring. So I'm looking here, I'm coming back. It's kind of hard to see, I have sunglasses on. All right, so it fails. I'm bringing it back here. I slap, looking at the target, rack, look down, make sure it clears, bring my eyes back to the target and push forward. That's why I'm doing it up front. All right, some people aren't that skilled doing it up front. It just takes a lot of practice. So what we teach and where everybody should start, right? You aim, fire, doesn't work, grab back here, come back up, shoot, oh, slap, rack, shoot, slap, rack. Okay, I'm out. Now, I personally am not a big fan of in the rear for one reason. All right, I'm going to load up my last 2 and then I'll run around and try and find the snap caps. I say is if you're at home, they're confined. All right, so when I do the slap, if I come back here and I rack, my hand is now here in this area and I'm going to want to drive forward to shoot, right? Getting your hand back, forward, and around could be a little problematic, especially if you're not trained well, if you don't practice a lot. All right, so I opt, personally, because I've practiced a lot, let's just face it, it looks really cool, but it's a lot quicker. That if I have a failure, if I grab up front here, rack, all right, let it go, and I roll it back, my hand's right there, so I can shoot. All right, and that's the only reason I rack up front. It makes it a little harder that there's no serrations up on this Glock 19 Gen 4. Obviously on a Gen 5 you would have that. That's why I prefer racking from up front than racking in the rear. Any type of firearm that I own, whatever caliber that is, I want to make sure I always have snap caps for it, because I can train at home, so I can load a couple of good rounds, a snap cap, a couple of good rounds, snap cap, and I can induce a failure. It's that simple. All right. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. Snap caps are absolutely phenomenal for training for the Misfire. It won't train for Hangfire because there's no delayed reaction, but you get the gist of it. In real life, you're not waiting the 30 seconds. Here at the range, you are waiting the 30 seconds. You aim, you pull the trigger, nothing happens. Guess what? You're sitting there for 30 seconds. Yes, firearms do get heavy. It's a good workout. Your first few times doing it, your first few hundred times doing it, take it nice and slow and methodical. All right? You're not in a race. Speed will come once you get proficient at it. Don't try to be a speed racer right out the gate, and practice. Get it down. All right? It's one of those things that I practice a ton. All right? That's all I got for you today on this video. I think on the next video, I might show you guys what I got for Father's Day, and we're going to play with that. As always, I will see you on the trail. Stay safe in the fray, my friends. I'll talk to you later. I'm out.